Okay, I've become more present, have more energy, and feel like myself again all over the past 30 days without doing any type of monk mode protocol or something you've heard of before. So let me explain. Really, in this, we're going to be covering three different things. We're going to be covering the detox for the actual body and the brain, and then your soul. So this is really started off by going into what I wanted to do is detox my acne. Like, as you can see, I still have a fair bit here, but it's gotten a lot better from what it was. So I was just like kind of fed up with the doctors, not really knowing where to go. I was like either Accutane or just let it be worse. And I was like, I don't want to do Accutane. I've heard so many bad side effects, depression, just dry face, like ruins your liver. Not even for like, oh, I can't drink, because like as you'll see in this video, don't need to. But really, this was all started because of that. And then this was on like, yeah, Sunday, November 12th. I woke up hungover and I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. I felt like shit. I went super hard the night before. Like, I'm talking, drank probably at least 15 beers, couple of shots, smoked like 3, 4 joints, probably 5 cigarettes. And yeah, it was a interesting night to say the least. And I woke up the next morning and I was like, fuck this. And honestly, I want to go on this full carnivore diet for a while. And I was like, now's the time, honestly, because I need to get rid of all these toxins in my body, first of all. And then second of all, I want to clear up this acne because I had that doctor's appointment 3 days prior and I was just pissed off. So I actually posted something on Twitter, had a ton of recommendations, which pretty much makes up this entire document. So I'll leave this below if you want to check it out. But pretty much started off with this full carnivore diet, which I've reached day 30 on today. As you can see from my kind of tracker here, day 30 out of 41, because it was 41 days until December 23rd. But anyways, that doesn't matter. Really started off doing that full carnivore diet. And then along with that, I was like, okay, if I'm going to be detoxing my entire body like that, I might as well get away from alcohol, nicotine, and only drink black coffee and water. And that's what I've been doing for 30 days now. As well, I started on the Monday, which was the day after. I was like, I should meditate as well, because that's something I've always kind of been back and forth with and wanted to do. And I was like, I should do that. And then that Monday night, I actually smoked weed again. And I was like, what am I doing? I should just get away from weed as well, because like that's terrible for me. So I hit the no weed on that Tuesday, so the day after. So all within these 2 days, I kind of started this entire thing. And today's day 30. And yes, I didn't stay with the carnivore. I stayed with the carnivore for, I believe it was 22 days. But then I just went on to eat potatoes, rice, sourdough bread, and chicken. That's it. So like, it is the cleanest, probably best diet I have ever been on in my life. Like, I'm talking no types of shit food whatsoever, no fast food, nothing. Literally insanely healthy whole foods, and I feel amazing. So this is really the whole point of saying, like, there's two scenarios that you can go with this. Number one, you're a person and you rely just on willpower to get through this, and you're like just grinding every single day, resist the temptations, which if you can even have the willpower to get this far, like, good on you. But then you're going to come to the end of the 30 days and be like, well, it's been 30 days, I did it, yay, like, get proud of me. And yeah, good for you, but you're just going to fall back into your old habits again. And what's the point of going on this whole 30-day stretch if you're just going to go back and do the same things you were before, right? But then person two, which is what I'm doing, it's like, okay, I've hit these 30 days, but I literally feel like my old self again, and I can think clear, and like I'm present, and I'm just like, I have energy. Why would I ever want to go back to the old ways? Like, I just woke up and I had the idea for this video, and now I'm recording it. Like, this is off the cuff. Like, I would never have done something like this beforehand with this much energy too. Like, as you can tell, I probably doesn't seem like I super just woke up. Maybe my eyes look a little like glossy, but other than that, it's like I feel great. And it's like, why would I want to go back? So really this whole like kind of detox, this was all for the full carnivore diet. So here's like the food, the drinks, supplements, the kind of lifestyle, right? All these types of things. Now, really what I turned this into be was this what I call, yeah, do or die motherfucker, the fucking habit tracking plan, I guess if you want to call it the type of monk mode protocol, but it's not monk mode protocol. So I'm going to explain. So really starts off, you have all these, I think there's 19 here. I just added in like 3 of them yesterday, but they were things I was already doing. I was like, I might as well just like keep track of it all since I'm making this an entire lifestyle. That's the whole point, making it into a lifestyle that you can properly work with and actually maintain and feel good all the time. Because like I'm telling you, I feel amazing. I was a person beforehand who smoked weed. Honestly, I calculated it out to be 66% of the time, so 2/3 of the time I was smoking weed. So it wasn't like every day, but it was like, okay, I'd do it for 3 days, go a day, do it for 2 days, and then I'd go a day without it, or like day on, day off, like, or like 5 days straight and then like 2 days off. But like honestly, it was rare that I even took 2 days off. It was just like so many one little breaks here and there, and it ended up being 66% of the time over the past about year and a half. So I was like, this is stupid. Like I feel like I've made so many decisions over that time that just like aren't even me. You know what I mean? Like they just come from an external source that's like not really mine, right? Like I have here, let me find it. I have here actually written on this sticky note. It says, heal first, then you can make proper decisions out of a state of normality. And that's what I've come to realize. Like I've run a business for this entire 18 months that I've also been smoking. And I can't lie, the business has taken so many hits just because I will avoid my greatest problems that I'm having. I will avoid anything and then just go to weed as a coping mechanism and as a mechanism to kind of get away and forget about it for literally 2 hours. But then after finish smoking, I would be like, oh my God, I'm like, I have so much to do, and I'd stress myself out. And I literally came to hate what I was doing. Absolutely hate it. And now I'm literally, I'm still like, okay, I don't mind doing the thing as much anymore, but I've really come to find myself, like I've made this entire document, like as you can see, this is pretty huge, and there's even some things that are in like drop down menus there, but I've made that entire document to just like find who I am. I've spent 4 days literally just like compiling all the information I've kind of written down over the past like year and a half inside of Notion, because I'm kind of a geek with Notion. I have fucking a million things in here, and it's all super organized and shit because I'm like OCD, whatever. But with that, it's like I compiled all these things that I've written down, plus just super deep dive into learning about myself and who I am. Because now that I'm like, I feel like my old self again, and I need to create this like kind of big time capsule like document of just who I am and what I feel, because like I can make those decisions out of a state of normality, like I was talking there, right? And honestly, it's just like I can't recommend it enough. So really the whole like protocol that I'm going into is waking up and never hitting snooze in the morning. So my wake up time that I want to hit is 8 a.m. I can't lie, I haven't hit this like every day, but I'll kind of explain a bit more, but I always hit like my goal time that I want to wake up. Then I have my morning routine, which is fairly simple. It's literally just like wake up, go to the bathroom, take a shit, brush my teeth, wash my face, go upstairs, drink some water, take a shot of collagen, grab a black coffee, and then weigh myself, sit at my desk. Like that's really it. Like there's no like big meditate, anything like journal, go on a walk, all those things. And yeah, that probably would help. Like I would love to go outside in the morning and like spend 20 minutes maybe doing something like this, or like checking my messages while drinking a coffee. But I'm in Canadian winters right now. It's December 11th today, and like the sky is literally gray. The wind is crazy. But not to be said, I'm not really, I mean, kind of making excuses there, but at the same time, it's not like I'm in summertime or in a climate that really has that sunlight beaming in. So sucks, but I'm sure that would help me feel better. But with that morning routine, I then go on to lock my phone away. Like, I mean, I'm using it to record right now, but I lock my phone away till like 2 p.m. So that's kind of absurd. That's 6 hours after I wake up. But what I found is that I fucking feel great. I don't have that instant hit of dopamine in the morning where I'm just like going to be chasing it the rest of the day. Because that's what happens. You go on your phone in the morning and you open up whatever, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, any of these things. You get those hits of dopamine and your brain is fried the rest of the day. Period. Like, you are going to be constantly chasing some sort of external factor for the rest of your day. And why would you want to live like that? You're literally on a hamster wheel in your mind, just like trying to chase for it, compared to like being present, like being here and feeling good. So then next, like after you do that, the whole goal of it is to keep the screen time under 3 hours per day. Even 3 hours is still a lot. Honestly, I'm aiming to hit like an hour and a half per day, but I've noticed it can be even like 2.5 hours without me noticing, because like I'll just have Spotify open, or I'll have like a timer open or something random like that, right? But the next one is to eat the frog. So this is something that you may or may not have heard about before, but really my eat the frog is 2 hours of lever moving deep focus work. So really what it means is that whether it's in the morning or in the night, whenever the time is best for you, that you're kind of the most creative or like the most like productive in a sense, eat the frog. Do the hardest possible task that you can do throughout your entire day. So for me, it would be like 2 hours of lever moving deep focus work. It's not easy to do. I have to apply my full brain, my full self, and like go and work and do the hard thing. But that's like the best to do. If you get that done right when you wake up and right in the morning, it feels so much better. Now I like to, first like I said in my kind of morning routine, whatever, I check my messages and like my team, my communities that I'm in, all those types of things. Just a couple quick messages. I don't like to do them all. I just really go after the main, like most important ones, and I'll leave the other ones unread. And then I'll dive into this eat the frog. Because if I just scroll through too many messages, it's almost the same idea as like the kind of going on your phone in the morning, like dopamine, like hamster wheel. In a sense, it's not really, because a lot of my messages are some type of business related topic, but a lot of them are kind of just like banter, whatever, chit chat. But yeah, then next is like 10 minutes of just reading or watching, just learning something. 10 minutes, that's all, of your day. Honestly, you could even do 5 minutes to start, but like 10 minutes is not that like deep of a time to put into it. Think, you have so much time in the day. Now, yes, if you are working like a 9 to 5 job, you come home after everything, you probably only have around 3 to 4, 5 hours to yourself. After you account for like eating and showering and doing those types of things. But those 10 minutes, you're probably going to be spending scrolling, watching a useless YouTube video. Watch something that's beneficial. Now, sometimes it could be entertainment beneficial, I like to call them. Like a lot of these YouTubers now were like just kind of, they make the videos so gamified and so like still dopamine inducing that it's like, yeah, they work for what they're trying to do, but it's not that much information. Like, you can learn some things, but a lot of it's entertainment. But I'm talking like deep, just entertainment topics, whether it's listening to an audiobook, watching 10 minutes of a course, whatever it is, right? You get the idea. The next is 10 minutes of sunlight. Again, something you should be prioritizing every single day, something that I necessarily haven't hit every day, because I was talking about these Canadian dark winters suck. But I'm still going to make my attempt to go outside and try and walk for like 20 minutes. That's something I enjoy doing pretty much every single day, just after I eat my lunch, so I don't come back to my desk feeling lethargic. But one thing that I've found also with this kind of detoxing on this whole full carnivore diet type of thing is that I don't really get that lethargic feeling anymore. I would literally eat, I would eat 4 hash browns, a bagel, 3 eggs, and like some type of fruit, whatever, and come back at my desk and literally fall asleep. Like, not actually fall asleep, but mentally I'm just gone. I'm watching a YouTube video, I'm fucking woofing down all this food, I came out, usually I was eating like, I don't know, it would depend kind of how much of some of those things I'd eat, but like sometimes 1,000 to 1,200 calories per meal, or per like that breakfast meal. Like I usually fast for a couple hours in the morning, so like I do have a bit more appetite, but still like 12, even 1,000 calories, like I can hit that on normal meals. But I would come back to my desk and just like watching that YouTube video, I'm just like, you know what I mean, right? So it's like, just, I find these type of, I want to keep that carnivore, like keto, whatever style breakfast, because then I can come back and sit down and feel like powerful still at my desk and not like I'm falling asleep. But anyways, that all goes to say, like, with the sunlight, this is so important for first your circadian rhythm, also just your mental health and well-being. And like, sunlight is our power, and you need to be getting sunlight. So maybe that's even 5 minutes a day, like kind of like learning. But as long as you get those 5 minutes, whatever it is, whether it's just driving in your car, no sunglasses, just a sun beating through your window, whether it's sitting on your balcony, sitting in your backyard, just something, going on a walk, whatever it is. Next is meditating for 5 minutes. Now, I loved it. I love meditating. It's been something I've been trying to do for quite a while now, and I haven't necessarily been able to stick with it. Now I'm actually, like you saw in this, I started a day later, so I'm 29 days into meditating straight, and I feel great. Like, it's awesome. Again, 5+ minutes, that's all it takes, and you'll just feel like that's so much more connected and feel like yourself again. That's what I'm talking about, where this the spirituality and soul, like you feel like a human, and it's great. The next one really is just exercising. So this is something that I've been very disciplined to do for the past about 3.5 years. I pretty much go to the gym at least 4 times a week, and if not, I'm playing hockey or running or doing something active. So this one hasn't actually been an issue for me to hit. Like, if there's a day that I don't hit this, it's because it's like a rest day or I'm sick. Like, I'm just coming off of being sick for the first time in 2 years. It fucking sucked. But it's like, I didn't exercise like 2 of those days because I was just dead, right? Like, it's there. This whole protocol is not to say you have to do every single thing every day. I hope I mentioned that already, but maybe I didn't. But I'll show you here, like, kind of, I sometimes miss 5 of these, but like, it's just a matter of making this a whole lifestyle. Like I said, it's not a fucking monk mode detox. Next, after the exercising, whatever it is, even could be walking. I just have, like, saying no to loser friends and events where I'm around these type of drugs, like weed, alcohol, just anything like that. Because, like, I came to realize the only times I was really doing any of those terrible things when I was around, not to say terrible friends, a lot of them are nice guys, but just like, I hate to say loser too, because they're awesome guys, but they're just doing these loser activities is what I should really explain. And that just comes the temptation of like wanting to do them as well. Because if you're going to be alone or with a group of 3 people who aren't smoking, well, you're not going to smoke. But if you're with a group of 3 people who are smoking, you're a hell of a lot more likely to smoke. Now, I luckily had 2 experiences throughout this time where I was around that and I had the willpower to stay away, but I only limited myself to those 2 experiences, and then I cut it off because I was like, can't be around that. So that, and then I also find not staying out past 10 p.m. because, like, especially during the weekday, I'm trying to get to bed by 11, so that fucks my whole sleep up. But then also, it's like, you're not really accomplishing anything after 10 p.m. if you're just kind of chilling, like, right? Like, it's, I don't know, you know what I mean? For what I want to do, at least. Obviously, this is different for everyone, but this is for what I want to do. Next, no weed, no alcohol, no nicotine. No caffeine besides black coffee. This is one I might include back in again. This was more so for the carnivore diet, but I honestly love it. But the no weed, no alcohol, no nicotine, these were huge. Again, alcohol wasn't something I was really doing too often. One sec here. But it was something that I would like look to for cope. And that wasn't the way that I wanted to be using it. Really, it was, I wanted to be using it as something as more of a celebration. Like, you see here, there's a number 41, because that was the total days that I wanted to do this for. It's now day 30. There's 11 days till probably the next event that I would drink at. but I don't even really want to, and I probably will stay away. Like just Christmas parties, all these types of things. But because I wasn't celebrating, I just died coughing. But I wasn't celebrating. I wasn't just using it for what it was intended for, and that was terrible. Same with the weed. That was just, like I already explained, it was just cope, pure cope. Now the nicotine, I know a lot of people have benefits from it, and I kind of have. Like I've sat at this desk, ripped a Zin, and just grinded, and it feels great. But I don't know. My body hasn't never really responded that well to nicotine, like vaping or anything like that. Like in high school or whatever, like how to vape, all those types of things. Would rip it. Didn't really care for it as much. It just kind of made me feel like my stomach feel upset sometimes. I just get kind of gross. And now sometimes I would love it, and I just found the mix of the two. I never really wanted to stay to it, and it's just better off without it, I find. Now, that's up to you, of course, but that's just me. Now, again, second, or whatever, not even second, we're deep into this now, but the next thing would just be that eating that clean carnivore diet. Whatever diet it is, honestly. Like I said, I'm now more on this like full natural diet with no grains or dairy except for like butter and sourdough. And I feel great. Like just natural whole foods is really the way to go. You probably heard it a million times, but until I actually stuck to it and did it, I somewhat have cravings for like fast food or whatever, but I don't. Like I don't even because I know how bad they are for me now that I've been this long without it. Now, not to say I probably won't ever like eat whatever a burger from McDonald's or like something like that again, like or a pizza. I definitely will because like they're great food. Don't get me wrong, but like sticking to something at least like 80% of the time is the main key, even 90% of the time. Like I'll probably allow myself like one cheat meal or a week or something like that. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But for the meantime, I'm at 30 days. I don't even want to do any of it. So I'm just going to see how long I can go. Maybe my opinion will change in 10 days. Maybe it won't. Who knows? But just sticking to some clean, natural diet like that, because that is the biggest source where you can get energy from. Like, okay, my sleep, sometimes it's good, sometimes not. I'll give you for example here. Like last night, I wanted to go to bed at my specific time, like 11 p.m. Now, I was like, my creative brain was firing. I was feeling good. I was like, I'm going to stay up because, like, for me, and maybe it's a bad thing, who knows? But for me, like, I was like, I have so many ideas and so much things flowing in my brain. I need to like write this down and I need to kind of take action on it. And that's what I did. And that kind of outweighed the extra like 3 hours of sleep that I lost, in my opinion. Now, that goes to show it's like, well, the next day I'm not going to feel great. I feel amazing. I just woke up and I'm fucking spitting. Like this is 23 minutes so far. Now, it's like, okay, you can keep going on this diet and feel great, but again, you need the water. That's a huge one, and really just water and like black coffee, like I was saying. No pop or soda, whatever. No juice. Those things suck. Just 3 liters of water. I just carry around this like a stainless steel shaker cup, just filled with water. Been carrying this around forever. This isn't something that I've really had too much trouble hitting either. Next would be to like take all my vitamins, supplements. Again, something I've always kind of done. I just have this like I've won this like pill case here, and then I also have just like a empty lid from like some supplements, and I just keep my day's worth just in there and take them when I need to. Next one, just no porn. Say only memory, because like if you got to do it, you got to do it, but no porn. Terrible, terrible thing for you. It all is like the main thing of this, the idea of the kind of in the morning you're pulling out your phone and scrolling that same dopamine like hamster wheel that you're chasing. That's kind of what porn is, and you ruin your mind to actually think what women are, and it's like terrible. It's actually terrible. It's also gross. Like I don't know if you've ever just been on there and then you're just like, what the fuck is this? Like you just finish. You're like, what am I watching? Like this is actually just nasty, and like, why would you keep going with it? I honestly ask yourself, why? Why am I doing this? If you are, if not, good for you, and you probably realize these benefits as well, and probably have a lot more. Um, the final one, or second to last one, I guess, is my night routine. This is something I've also always kind of done, and it's nothing insane. I don't do a ton of shit with it. I literally just brush my teeth, wash my face, or shower, whatever, if I don't shower strictly right after exercising. And yeah, pretty much set my phone on like do not disturb, all those types of things. Take my whatever supplements if I need to, and go to bed. That's it. Like none of these things are like super deep. Like you need to do this at this time and do this at this time. It's like make it a part of your day. Like just like, and also habit stack. Like Atomic Habits is a great book for this if you haven't read it. Just like habit stack. Like okay, for example, you want to get 10 minutes of sunlight. Well, you also want to read and meditate and exercise. You could go outside, get the 10 minutes of sunlight while you meditate, or get it while you read, or get it while you exercise, right? Like walking. You could even do three at once. You could walk while listening to an audiobook and in the sun, right? There's three. Excuse me. But final one is just sleeping at the same time every night. Again, this is one that I haven't hit a ton, but it's something that I know is super beneficial to keep that circadian rhythm in check, because that's super important, right? So as you can see here, like yesterday, I hit, let's see, I have to check this one. So this is super important, but yeah, you can see, like I have two of these unchecked, or yeah, need to check that one off too. Two of these unchecked from yesterday. Pretty good day. Only missed two of them. Now, that's the thing. It's like you don't have to hit all of them every single day, because there's 19 things here. If you're going to push yourself to hit all of them, you might go crazy. But for me, like with all 19, I aim to at least hit 14, 15 of them. Like if I miss, 4 or 5, whatever, that's okay. But like try and hit them all. Like I have some that are more non-negotiable than others. Like I was kind of showing in the Detox and Acne and Brain, like I don't want to smoke, drink, nicotine, caffeine, carnivore, and the food, or the water, sorry. So it's like kind of those like 6 right here are super non-negotiable for me. You can kind of change them how you want and make certain non-negotiables. Maybe you move them to your top of your list. I kind of just have it in this order because this is mostly the order that like my day would go, if that makes sense. But yeah, really just some key things. Also, it's like, okay, you can have all these things, but like you're not just going to remember to do them. So you can have some type of like habit tracker or whatever it is. Like for me, I have oh, that made it worse, but this page right here, I just printed out exactly what all those things were. And then like just right here, this is literally it. I just printed this out and posted it right there on my wall so I can see it and remember it, because that's the biggest thing. It's just like remembering this. This is something that I've been toying with for years now. Like I've been trying to make all these daily habits, daily planners, everything. This is what I found to work for me. Yours might be different. But there's obviously, this is like 50% of it. I'll show you the other 50% in a minute. But having it posted right there just makes me be able to look and see like all the time. Because this is my desk. This is where I'm at so much of the day. And if I just turn like this and it's right there, it's like, how am I ever going to forget them? Right? And I just like, even after a while, I've become like accustomed to the order, and I could read off all these with my eyes closed and like know exactly all of them. And then you just kind of have it dug into your subconscious. And like the more you do them, the easier and easier they'll become. Because like for me, for example, like if I'm coming to the end of the night and I haven't meditated yet, I know that. And I'm like, I need to meditate. And it's just something I do. Like it's not even like I'm forcing myself or anything. But I think just the culmination of all these things, you just feel so much better and want to do them. Like actually want to make the improvement in your life. Because like with all these, I struggled so long with every single one of them. But it's like, I feel so good now that I'm doing it. And I feel like I can make clear decisions again. Now, with actually structuring your day to get these things and like make it into a day instead of just trying to remember them, you can actually go and structure out a day planner kind of like this. So I just have it split in two. But as you can see here, today I woke up a few hours later, which I actually plan this out last night. Sometimes I'll plan it in the morning, sometimes I won't. But this is just like a Notion like template, and then you just kind of fill in the blanks. like I made the Notion template, whatever, of just a basic day for me. So this is kind of what it looks like. I haven't actually looked at this morning, but it's pretty accurate to like what I'm actually doing. So that's cool. But the whole point with this is to give yourself a specific actionable time to do it. Now it's not marking out every task minute by minute because like you're not actually going to do it like that. Like I even have here, like I just have this make money and apply to main people. These are just relating to certain things in my business. It's like an overall view of a bunch of things that I have to do. Anyway, I have it here. This could take 3 hours. Realistically, this is probably going to take me longer. As you can see, I have finished here. But if I don't work exactly till 2:45 and I work till like 3:30, that's okay. Like, because I can just take my break of like eating, learning, and going on a walk. But then I'll just continue back working again afterwards. It's like you can piece parts around. Well, I luckily have that like availability to piece parts around, but like you don't have to stick exactly to the times because you're gonna drive yourself fucking nuts trying to. But the whole point of this is just to give you a specific time block where you know you can go and accomplish those like habits and tasks, right? Like for me, the morning routine, here it is. I kind of explained this earlier, but I make sure I get all these things in. And then I'll lock my phone away, like in there. You can just kind of take a look. If you want to use it for yourself, go for it. If not, whatever. This is what works for me. It takes me about 45 minutes. And then that gets me set for the day. I find once I do all those things, I'm ready for the day. I've been doing them for years and years and years now, but this is just a culmination of like the main things I need to do. And then it's like, yeah, get right into that eat the frog focus block. Like I mentioned up there. Then it's like no entertainment or phone. So it's keeping that phone away again until 2 p.m. Well, in this case, it's a little more skewed because like I had to set my wake up time a few hours later because like life happens and there's changes you have to make. And this is a perfect example. It's like don't follow it to the T because you're going to drive yourself nuts. That's the issue with every other protocol and every planner. It's just like hit the majority, like 80-20 rule. Hit the majority and you'll feel great. Obviously, try and go for them all every day. But like there's going to be days where you can't, and that's life. But the next one, yeah, it's just like give yourself those things. So it's like the phone, the learning, then I eat my food and go on a walk in sun. It's like, bam, there's a bunch of like things that I wanted to do. And then it's like some more work. Then it's like eat. And then I go to the gym or do an activity. And then I like eat again, try and finish eating like a bit before I go to bed so I digest well and all those types of things. Whatever. And there's that no loser friends thing. Just reminding myself of it again. Don't hang out past 10 p.m. Whatever, all these things. Then it's like my collagen and vitamins. So again, my supplements and stuff I need to take. Then my night hygiene. Then stretching. Then meditating. And it's like, it just puts all these things here, every single thing here, into an actionable time that you can do it instead of just like, okay, well, I need to meditate today. And it's like, well, I'll just do it at some point. Or like, yep, I'm going to just exercise whenever. Or like, do some learning at some point. You're not. That's not how it works. Now, I'm very OCD in particular with my stuff, but like this is super easy to make. I will drop a template link below to this, as well as the habit tracker, and as well as like this whole detox for acne and brain below. Because if you want to actually do it, this is what I find out works best, and it's so simplified where it's easy to use and it's not hard. If you're still here watching, I really appreciate you. This is like been a long ass video and I've just been ripping off the cuff. I didn't really have too much of a plan for this, but like, yeah, these are all things that I try and live by. If you're the same, awesome. You can kind of read through these people believing in me. I deserve the consequences of my actions, whatever. I'll leave this a link below too, whatever. But I really do appreciate it. I feel amazing. I hope you feel as amazing as I do because I was struggling so much with depersonalization and just like didn't feel like myself again. And now I've come to write this entire doc, like I said, just finding myself again and knowing what I really want in life. And I think that's the best thing of it all because now I actually am like here, present, feel good, have energy. Like I said, I slept a lower amount than I normally would and at weirder times, and I still wake up and I'm ripping off the cuff and feeling great. Haven't even drank my caffeine yet today. But just don't follow this to a T. Follow it to what your life allows, because that's the only way you're actually going to be able to sustain this lifestyle. And yes, maybe there is a time where I will, like I said, eat some shitty food again, like fast food. Maybe there's a time I'll drink again, but it's on a celebration. It's for an occasion. It's not just cope. Has to be a main kind of goal in mind. And like the weed, never do again. That shit's brain rot. I'll make a whole video on my experience with it at some point. If you disagree, that's okay. You have your own opinion, but I do agree it can be beneficial for some people, and like if you have certain medical things, but a lot of times it's just cope trying to say it's better for you. Trust me, I was the same way for pretty much 2 years, and I've kind of learned my lesson there, but I'll make a whole other video on that. But if you're still here, I really appreciate you. This has been a long ass video. I expected this to be like 15 minutes maybe. It's been like 36 about to be, so thank you so much. If you have any suggestions, anything you learned through this video, anything at all, drop them below and I'll be sure to get back to you. Also, check out the link to all these templates below, and if you want to actually change your life and feel good too. So I love you. Love yourself. Peace out.